Vienna?
From Austria, Felden, sir. Felden.
Okay.
She's from Felden.
And then?
So many
then
of the
Rupesh is there,
Rupesh and other friends are joining, and we'll start with a music, sir, from Christine. She's a wonderful master, spiritual master, and also she's such a great singer. Her voice is really something magical. So please, Christine, can you begin with a song? And whatever you feel like saying, you can say. And
yes, it's very beautiful. I'm so happy to be here with all of you. Such an honor, such a blessing. Very beautiful that
voice.
Connect this way. Can you hear me? No?
It's a little low. You need to be louder.
Just tested everything. So the technical. Can you hear me now?
Voice is low.
Voice is low. Will you make it a little?
Maybe you need to come a little closer. Closer to the mic. Closer to the mic. Yeah.
Is it better now? Now we will options. We did a big testing. So
little better. Yeah.
Yes, it's little better.
I think that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, I'm so happy. So I asked music, what is this song? What should we like? It is Ganesha Sharanam. And it's of course the perfect song to start with. Also, my heart is very close to Ganesha. So we will just start with a very simple Ganesh song. And I will start to, it's like,
Christine, we need to unmute.
I think you've gone on mute.
Yes.
Yeah, now it's good. Yes.
It's fine.
Yes? Okay. So please, all of you in your houses, if you just, after I sing the first time, please just repeat, sing the same line with your full heart and thinking of Ganesh. And because it's beautiful, even though we cannot hear each other because of the Zoom technique like this, but your voice is so important for yourself also, and this will be beautiful, even energetically.
Sure, Christine. We'll join you while you're singing.
Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Ganesha 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 Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha
Sharanam Sharanam
Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha Okay. Okay, I will do that. Okay. Okay, నేను తీసేసాను. ఇప్పుడు ఎట్లా వచ్చింది? It's good. Okay. Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha
Ganesha Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha.
It's wonderful, Christine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ganesha really opens the door for everyone. Door of spirituality, door of the unknown, so that we can know the unknown. Thanks for this beautiful opening today from your heart, what you sang for all of us. And Christine, can you speak about yourself? I share a little bit about Christine. Christine is our spiritual friend from Austria. We met her a decade back, almost 10 years back. And both her husband, JC, and Christine, both are doing amazing spiritual work. They are like emissaries of light. They're ambassadors of light. And Christine, can you speak about yourself and share a little bit about yourself?
Yes, it's so beautiful. Well, I've always been interested in the divine. Like I always wanted to know what is going on behind the scenes, behind of what we can see with our five senses. And so, yeah, I went to school. Of course, in school, everything was focused and more on the mind. But I was always very interested in the love, in helping the people, in beautiful community. And when I studied, I actually wanted to become a singer, but it didn't work out. I didn't pass the first exam. So I decided to study sociology, something completely different. But it was beautiful because I learned a lot during those studies, and I met my beautiful husband, JC. And after the studies, we got married, and we decided to go to India. We didn't know how long we would go. We didn't even know where we would go, but we knew we needed to go. So we really went there and then stayed finally in an ashram for 7 years. And we learned beautiful ancient knowledge, mantras, self-healing techniques, and we were singing every day. And of course, most of what we learned there was really about our self-realization, to really find out more about ourselves, all sides of ourselves, not just the light, not just something that we are hoping for, what we are, but everything, all corners of ourselves, and go through some processes, overcome certain inner blocks, and then really find that something inside starts blooming. It's like I feel it like a flower finally opening up inside when the true self starts to show itself more. And so when we came back, we founded an organization, and a beautiful, in the place where we live, a beautiful power spot developed. All of a sudden, for example, a beautiful Shri Sai Baba statue came to our forest. Somebody donated it. Jesus came, Buddha came, a pyramid. We now have a pyramid. Newton, this is a surprise for you, because you didn't know yet.
Wow.
A pyramid came to us. So we are kind of witnessing now. We are fully dedicated to do whatever needs to be done. And actually, since a very beautiful heart festival where Newton and Lakshmi attended, and a certain sentence that Newton said, I was able to more and more give up my path, like what Christine needs to do, what Christine needs to achieve. And it became more like, really, it's the we. I'm just a part of all this that's going on. And the most beautiful thing is happening now that people are coming regularly, every full moon, every new moon. We're doing fire pujas, satsangs, we're singing. And the heart community, they're really all very much dedicated to find their own truth and to really connect with each other on a very deep level. Not just meeting, having fun, or meeting, talking about spirituality and going back and then again having troubles with each other, but really trying to work it out and become a true unity, a true community, and also learn, of course, about our own divine self, about this beautiful world, about the universe. So it's an amazing adventure. We are hugely blessed here, and yeah, I'm just grateful every day to be able to be on this journey with so many beautiful people together, and also with Newton and Lakshmi. This is amazing.
Yes, Christine, it was fantastic to meet you for the first time in Salzburg, when you both, Jesse and you, came down and you translated the workshop in Salzburg. Later on, you invited us to your place, Felden. It's a very long association, and it's a fantastic, very good friendship. We always cherish this friendship with both of you, and we are honored to have you today as a panelist today, and thanks for this beautiful song. And we will request again after some time another song for everyone, some music for meditation. And thank you, Christine, once again. Thank you all the Austrian friends who joined today. And dear friends, today we are very fortunate to have Padma Shri Dr. Karthikeyan ji. Sir, we are very honored to have you today. And you are such a noble, saintly person. For me, you represent spirituality in action. You connect, bridge between all the spiritual organizations. You are such a universal master. And I kindly invite, I request Padma Shri Karthikeyan Garu to please share your message, sir, to all the friends.
Dr. Newton, I am your admirer. So also your lady, Dr. Lakshmi. I know where you started, and what I like to about you is your being frank about what all happened to you earlier life, and that needs a lot of moral courage to share all those things. And from where to where you have come, what a journey!
Yes, sir.
And then Lakshmi, and then of course the pyramid, and then what else? Remarkable. Sorry? Someone say something?
Yes, sir. It's audible, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I thought someone wanted to say something in between. It's fine. So what I would say, really, you have amazing workshops and talks, and the magazine you are bringing out so much of knowledge and wisdom, and from entirely allopathic medical field to total spirituality. The advantage is you are able to grow out of that, So anybody talks to you on spirituality, you can understand from where they come from. And I think it's such a transformation. I think the world is also going through the same transformation. You can see that, I don't know very much, but from whatever I heard from few people learned, and now I have, I told you Bruce Lipton. I want to share the story because I don't know where to start. A few years back, one day, I got a call from the airport. In Delhi, I was there. 4 o'clock was my flight. I'm going to Calcutta also. 4 o'clock, he said, I have not known him. He called me, said, I'm too Clifton. I've just landed in India, Delhi, and I am calling you from the airport because someone said that I should see you. Then I told him, I said, can you say I'm going to be here for 2 days? I said, going away, it's 4 o'clock. The only way we can see you is if you come home straight. And if you don't mind a frugal, simple vegetarian lunch, you can join me for lunch. And he really accepted. He came around 1 o'clock or so. Then he gave me the book, you know. The book is with me here. Yes, he gave me the book, and then he said, I'm a cell biologist. And after teaching something, then this studying cell became a fascination for me. So I gave up everything, and then I was doing only studying cell, and then I produced a book, The Biology of Belief.
Biology of Belief. Yes, sir.
You know, he gave me the book, and then what he said, you know, I recalled my conversation with Dr. P. Dornish, another eminent personality whom I had known for some time, you know, is Swami Satchidananda.
Yes.
From Integral Yoga Institute, is from our place, and he said the story. Now we are open now, so I can share the story now with all the others because many may not know.
Yes,
See
sir.
how it can transform. At that time, hippie movement in America, a very popular movement. You know, all the youth were not knowing what to do, either went for drugs, not knowing the purpose of life, why they were born and what they are supposed to do. Easy way used to get drugged. And then he was not a drug, but then he was also what is the purpose of life? Why should we live? He said, you know, at some point he said, I decided to commit suicide. It's all on record. He has told me a number of times in conferences. It is there in his book also. And that time he shared it with his close friends, you know, I'm going to die. I don't like this. Life is boring. What is the purpose? Then they liked him. And he said, don't do it. He said, no. Okay, then why don't you see this master? There's a master from India, spiritual master from India. And so he met him, either at the Integral Institute or his sister's place. There are two versions anyhow. So there he said the moment he saw Swami Satchidananda, he's such an impressive figure, you know. People you say he would have made a great hero in the Hollywood if he had entered the film world. Such a handsome person. And he impressed him and then shared it with his sister or friends told him. He said, Swami said, no, life is not given to you to commit suicide. There's a purpose behind everybody's life. And he said, why don't you attend the satsang? So he went to New York, Telugu Yoga Institute headquarters. He went in the evening with his friends. One day, at the end of that, he met him. Swami said, you will die, I will also die. We are not going to live forever. But there's a stage at which, you know, we have to leave the body. But till then, you have to achieve quite a lot. He said, no, Swami, I'm good. He took a promise from him. He will attend satsang for a few days. Afterwards, I said, nobody can prevent you from committing suicide, but just. So that promise he gave to Swamiji, he went for a few days. Within the 7 days, he changed his mind. And then he's a brilliant student, otherwise there's nothing to learn. And then the long story, he became a doctor, eminent cardiologist. He was advisor to the President of India, but all the time, he was very devoted to his guru, Swami Satchidananda. He followed all his teachings, and he has been telling every week he met him or talked to him, wherever he was, and traveled with him quite a long time. Total devotion was there. Then at some stage, Swamiji told him, most of these bypass surgeries are avoidable, heart surgeries are avoidable. Well, I don't disregard that, but then he said people have spent a lot of money. So they have to get back the money also. Partly the reason where even not necessarily people are put through heart surgeries and all that. These blocks can disappear by changing your lifestyle. And as a devoted disciple of Swami? He said yes. He started experimenting. People who came, they said, you can go through this modern medical thing of surgery. Also follow this yogic method of what my guru is telling. So there are two batches. So people went through surgery and all that. Some of them had relapsed and all that. Those who follow this change of lifestyle, that is non-fat vegetarian diet, yoga, meditation, life without stress, their heart blocks also people disappeared. That's why he wrote this famous book called Reversing Heart Disease. It's about 25 years back, the bestseller now. It is all over most of the, translated to most of the languages, And then he also wrote, because in America you can't make a statement without proving it, otherwise they will sue him. So he wrote in the book, he said, acknowledged it as guided by my guru Sri Siddhananda. It is there in the book. Then became a highly spiritual person. And then when he met me in a temple function in South India, Guru, you remember, he told me, Mr. Karthikeyan, not only that, now I know very well, even the DNA, once lifetime, DNA can be changed. I'm working researching on that. And then again, a few years back, recently, 3-4 years back, we had a conference on integral medical conference, treatment in Whitefield, in Bangalore. So meanwhile, we had an organization called the WASA, that is World Association of Spiritual Sciences, of which there are all eminent doctors in Delhi, but they included me also in that, some reason. So we all decided that this year, every year you give a Lifetime Achievement Award. They consulted me, being Dean Ornish, he has brought about a revolution, the whole thinking for the medical world. So I wrote to him, he was gracious enough to accept it, but they said we must give him only when he is here. He is not able to travel. So it was lying like that. So one day I got a message telling I am under pressure, I am coming to Whitefield. The 3-day conference, I am just coming for a day. If this award can be given, either in Bombay on my way or in Bangalore, I will be happy to listen. So I persuaded these eminent heart specialists and all that. They said, okay. So I was invited in any case. We went there. Dr. Manchand also, I think, came. The very popular heart specialist here. And then one evening, we gave him the award also. He gave me the book called the Spectrum. I don't know whether that book is here. He said that is the result of his findings. That is DNA, you change your lifestyle. Certain things you do it, you can change your, yes, Dean Ornish, the Spectrum. Here is the book.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Spectrum.
Spectrum.
Yes. And he is written beautifully and about the diets to be observed and all that. And a man of his stature only can write a book like this without being challenged. And we are accepted by eminent medical people. And he says, the poem is written the dedication. This book is gratefully dedicated to Anne and Lucas, his wife and son. With all my heart, he says, your happiness is my happiness. Yet again, like never before, now and forever, a lot of, testaments are here. And he says, last para, having seen what a powerful difference comprehensive lifestyle changes can make, now more than ever, I find it passionate about the opportunity to share this message with you. I hope you find it to be meaningful as well. Anyway, it's a beautiful book actually. I know you've written thousands of books. If you have not come across, it's worth reading it.
Yes, Karthikeyan, sir.
So this is the story of a great man, a young boy who wanted to commit suicide at the age of 15, 16. A chance meeting with a master, a enlightened master. And you know why he listened to him? At that time, the hippie movement, I heard it from Swamiji himself a number of times, where all the youth were, rejecting everything in the society. And they found, relief only in the drugs. And I am not sure whether you have heard it or not. There is a Woodstock festival. Woodstock festival, very famous. All done by the hippies. Several thousands of them, And they organized the Woodstock festival. I have been to that place to see where it was. And they invited in as a chief guest. Imagine all the hippies inviting a small girl. And then they parked it all over the place as they are. Ultimately, he had to be lifted by helicopter and put on the stage, dropped on the stage. There is a very powerful, beautiful photograph of Swami sitting there from the background. They are taken in. I think there's the one first and the last time they had the Woodstock festival, though it has gone down in history. There. So because the Swamiji never rejected anybody, one good thing is there. He never considered anybody as bad or to be rejected. Accepted them as they are. And he said everybody has gone through certain things that can be changed. The classic example is Dr. Dave Donald's living example even today. He's the most optimistic. So he has written the book also. And later on also I see in his lifetime. He said 30 years. I was in touch with my Guru Swami every week, either in person or on the phone. And very often I could travel with him. A sense of gratitude also. Acknowledging it, all that. So long back, this has come. Now, of course, many more movements have come now. Why I am touched by PSSM, all of you, is about 20 years back, I think. I think first time I met Patriji was when Dr. D. My good friend
Alex Arbito. Yes.
Alex Arbito brother came. I brought him to Hyderabad. You were there at that time?
I was there, sir.
Okay,
we all
my
met
memory
you.
is failing.
Yes.
My memory is failing. I remember first time, the Satya Sai Digramama.
Right. Yes, sir.
So I came with him on the stage. And Patriji, he was on the mic or so at that time speaking. I never met him earlier. He came and touched my feet. I felt very embarrassed. And then I wouldn't allow him to touch his feet. And then he spoke as if he knew me for a long, long time. And some good words about me and all that. And since then, more at his instance, we have been meeting here and there, some functions and all that. And a couple of times he stayed with us also. And he knew that I go to all the movements, and all the masters know I go with all the masters because I don't sit in judgment on anybody. Who am I? How much? I know so little. And every master, every system has done a lot of good to people. Thousands, lakhs, millions, whatever it is. They respect me, call me with love and affection. I go there. I found in their own way they are giving peace of mind more than anything else. A lot of people get health benefits also, but the most difficult thing is relieving stress and living a calm, peaceful life. That is the highest technology. And I've been meeting you, Pyramid Valley and all that. But last 2 months have been very, very beneficial because there's a lot of time. Morning
Yes.
and evening, with one of you and friends or Chandra masters very often. I started attending to encourage them.
Yes, sir.
Then a lot of people came because I said, now I'm addicted to it. Addicted to eating. And of course, some other time something happens, I go. Otherwise, I can see what a great service you people are doing. Yesterday, I was addressing a Rotary on webinar, on Zoom. People were there from all parts of the world also. So there Chandra came and then I said, what a great service you are doing. Pyramid Society movement on the station. I told Patriji the other day, a couple of times he comes. I told him what you have taught is the basic thing. That is at a critical time in my life, I took two things. At a very critical time, I was all alone, but not a responsibility on me. Nobody was with me beyond a point. I had to develop inner strength. I took up Yatra to Kailas once over.
Oh, that's
Time 1 month it takes,
wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I gave a lot of. Then, that's the time when I was in the midst of this Rajiv Gandhi assassination case prosecution, very, very challenging task. The whole thing was looking at me. But there was a time where, after filing the charge sheet, all the documents, 10,000-page documents, we translated into the local language of the accused in Tamil. So there was nothing else to be done, so I could persuade the government to allow me to go. I had to meet the Prime Minister for permission because I was handling the sensitive post. I said, nothing is happening, even if I'm here. I went to Kailas Mazur and came back. Then, yes, it was equally important, but more than that, I took 10 days off for Vipassana meditation in the Hyderabad center. And that introduced me to what meditation is, what it is, spirituality stuff. I was too religious earlier, all right. Spirituality part of it. At the end of 10 days, first 3 days, Anapanasati meditation.
Yes.
Vipassana.
Yes, sir.
That is only observe the breath and all that. First day you get bored, but then you cannot talk to people also, Only twice, morning get up, 5 o'clock, go and sit there. Twice a day you can listen to the video recording of the master. Satyanarayan Goenka Guruji, great man. Good man, I had to meet him later on. Then morning and evening you keep sitting, nobody can talk to each other. The humble accommodation, simple food, 11 o'clock once, 5 o'clock once, that's all, nothing else. The next 7 days is a real Vipassana meditation, observing your sensations, the body. At the end of 10 days, I found it. At that time, I was on the focus of the media, the world media, India. So when they come to know and there were all TV people were waiting outside. So I told them it's something amazing. Everybody should go. I wrote to the then director CBI. I was in both the organizations, CBI and the Central Reserve Police Force. Central Reserve Police Force has 300,000 men and women today. Fighting force, armed to the teeth. CBI, you don't carry any arms.
Right, sir.
Okay. But I was in both the organizations. I wrote to both the bosses telling we must put through every officer through this course. Because they are under a lot of stress all the time. Either fighting terrorists on the border or here dealing with high-profile criminals, investigating cases against the high-profile people. Round the clock they have to work and all that. They said 10 days we cannot afford, can it be made shortened? Then I wrote to Guruji, Satyanarayan Goenka, can it be brought down to 5 days or something? He told me again. When I went, he was, can I talk 2 more minutes? Can I talk 2 more minutes?
Yes, sir. Most welcome. Most welcome.
Okay. So I had a good fortune of knowing him, like what we know Guruji, Patrijimeditation now. At that time, he had come home and I had been to his place also. Great man. And he said he was a great, successful diamond merchant in Burma. Very successful those days. And he had incurable headache. At that time itself, he went around the world, but then there was no relief for him. Came back to Burma. Somebody suggested, why don't you go through this Vipassana meditation, Buddhist meditation, they call it those days. Then somebody objected, only Hindu, how can you go to Buddhist meditation? But ultimately, he went and attended that. At that time, he said, it was a 3 months practice. But I went within 3-4 weeks' time, my headache disappeared. Then I found that getting rid of headache is a very minor thing. It's only a byproduct benefit. Then he completed the course. He said, this is something amazing. Then his guru, the Burmese guru, told him, you see, this was discovered by Lord Buddha, Bhagavan Buddha, 2,500 years back. We know all the history. But he also said, this will leave the land of its birth, but preserved somewhere, it will come back after 2,500 years. So Buddha has come true. You are destined to carry this back to India. So on his directions of the Guru, he came back to India. Believe me, nobody was interested. That day I was asking Patrijji, he said, yes, when I came, nobody was interested. My own family was not with me. Even now he was telling. So he went and knocked at the doors of people. And then, because he has come all the way, some people listened to him and all that. Slowly it started spreading. I think the last 56 years, it has gone all over the world now. Can you believe it? One man brought it back from Burma. his dedication, he and his lady, Madam Amma, Mataji also we call her, all over the world he has taken it. There is no country where Vibhavanath Center is not there today. And became very popular, and his dedication was amazing. It was amazing, you know. And he said, you know, he built near Igatpuri in Pune, a pagoda center there. Now he's in Bombay also, they have done it. Last time he was there, he said, you must come back, it's not enough. I used to go once in a way for one day. I was so busy, there was no time at all. I thought so. Now, in retrospect, I feel I should have found the time, I could have given priority to that, which was there. But anyway, I was grateful for the exposure. And he used to go for exclusive for 30 days everywhere. Why? He said, no, I also accumulate a lot of negativity. I had to purify myself. There's a lot of people who are in great positions now. I know very well one person, you know, there are a number of people, I don't want to mention names here. Now it has become so popular now. I believe every great master today, whatever he follows, he has done vipassana meditation. That's my belief. Guruji said, Patriji said, I could stay there for more than 3 days. But anyhow, he had his own karma. No? But what I admired Patriji was it's not easy for everybody to do that. And practicing it every day is not easy also. I won't say that I was practicing it every day, but you know, it creates a change in you. There is no doubt about it. Whether you do it or not, there is awareness or not, it kindles in some interest in some word spiritual path, no doubt about it. And then what I admired Patriji is, how did he make it so simple? See, Anapana is only 3 days. You make it so simple, that's why I call you a democratized vipassana meditation. And made it accessible to everybody, common man, whether it is a renewed man or an ordinary person, a man in the street or a rich man, whatever it is. And then his faith in that. Determination to spread it. And after he said, yes, nobody was in my family, nobody was interested. My own brother was not interested. Then it took some time for him, 30 years of time, and he created more than anything else, masters like you. Amazing. You people, this generation, what you have done, you have not taken that basic, what you call the simple meal of Anapana meditation alone. There is a lot of add-on now. We see what Shreya is doing, Chandra doing. Add-on makes it much more interesting now. That's why he's spreading. This COVID-19 lockdown has done a lot of good to this moment. People who had no time. There are others, on my instance, they are attending those sessions also. They are so busy, just people. Because I wrote, I said I find it interesting, useful. I don't want to lobby because I support all movements, you know. But some people are wise enough to respect my judgment and came. They are now totally dedicated to it. They are going to spread it much more now. So we are doing a great service. So yesterday in this Rotary thing, Chandra came towards the end. So I told him, I said, no, don't worry. Immunity is important today. What else can you do? Nobody knows what it is, how to deal with it. Social distancing. Possible now, it's not going to be possible. The lockdown is being lifted. In 3 months' time, we feel people moving around as before because life has, they will say, oh, okay, how does it matter? We have to live a normal life. But the only thing which is going to help us, those who get affected, who will not get affected, is immunity. You have to develop your own personal immunity. Choose your lifestyle, the right type of food. I would say vegetarian food, vegetables, fruits, and all that. And then our Indian style of cooking is all the ingredients are already there. Our kitchen, traditional kitchen, is a pharmacy. Our ancestors have said what all to be added to develop immunity. Add little more of the turmeric. Turmeric. I am promoting what's called nano curcumin. Nano curcumin is something discovered recently in Hyderabad. Biotex is a laboratory. I had been there, millions of people sitting and making it. The curcumin itself, that is turmeric, you know, haldi we call it. Turmeric is amazing. But in the turmeric also, there is one component called curcumin. Curcumin means the most essential part of it, which we either did not know how to consume it because That is mostly whatever you eat is taken. But this narrow form, it goes to the cell directly. In narrow form, it goes to the cell directly, and cell is the building block. So I have been suggesting it. Can you believe who all take it? Some big people there I will not mention. The physicists of India, the Bedford. Jaggi Vasudev Sadhguru. Sri Ravi Shankarji, Art of Living. And Swamiji, and many others also. Some Italians came to them also. This empty stomach, on the subject I will tell. You just take a pinch of this. In warm water. It dissolves in no time like a magic. Sip it. Empty stomach. You take whatever you want later on. That develops, it goes to the cells. Cells feel happy. They, cells are more than me, They're all interconnected. They convey the message, we have got something healthy. And then they say 30 to 60 days they develop an immunity. They claim, laboratory also says, scientifically, you develop immunity against cancer. Okay. Particularly for the women. I'm boldly circulating it because I'm convinced about it also. It is breast cancer.
That's wonderful, sir.
So now anyhow, we have started somewhere, we have come to this now. I think I should stop it, otherwise the whole session will go on my talk only.
No, it's pleasure to hear, sir. You have such amazing experiences with so many masters that you met. Your life is really a message for all of us. You are constantly inspiring everyone, all the spiritual groups and seekers, youth also, because your words are very important for each one of us, sir. And what you shared about your journey, when I met you for the first time in 2003 or 2004, that point of time, I really felt such a kind of spiritual scientist. You are a spiritual scientist, Karthikeyanji, because you blend spirituality and science together. That is your really very beautiful quality that I have. I always liked it because you investigate into everything very keenly and you check it. You really, with a scientific temperament. And that point of time when we met, because of Reverend Alex Arbito, the psychic surgeon from Philippines, and later on the association continued with you, and you are always a well-wisher to the Quantum Life University and PSSM movement and all the spiritual organizations. You bring everyone together under one common platform because you really follow the principle of inclusiveness. And thank you, sir, for sharing. And I'll definitely will have many more feedbacks and conversations during this time. I will today introduce the topic to all the friends: changing times. How to deal with the changing times, because we feel that right now we never went through this kind of experience where there's total lockdown for almost more than 2 months and very unpredictable, uncertain moments. The whole world experienced it, and during that time, this lockdown period also helped us. Many of us, many people, they utilized it for developing their immune system, to spiritually grow, to read spiritual books, to meditate more. This really helped many people. And today the topic is so important and essential. So we are going through certain kinds of changes. There are earth changes, there are changes on our planet Earth right now. If we don't understand it properly, we may not really deal with it the change we may resist. So, dear friends, the change happens at the personal and collective levels. We know that at a personal level, we have been going through these changes. The day one onwards, the very first time when you are born, you came out of the mother's womb, you started growing and multiplying yourself. You changed your anatomy, your physiology, your biochemistry, and you started growing in your understanding. You developed your abilities of the mind, your emotive skills, and also many other skills. And there's a change that we have been experiencing. A child very soon becomes a teenager enters into adolescent period. Every period of our life is a kind of beautiful change. And one day definitely we reach to the old age. That point of time we really feel that is the biggest change. We are very closer to our own transition to the other worlds, the death point. That time, that change, we can't take it. We really resist a lot, because any change is the fear that comes into us. Fear of change is because fear of unknown. What is going to happen now? Before COVID-19, after COVID-19, definitely creative principle, creating principle, and Shiva is the Layakara, means who absorbs everything back and who destroys everything. And the Vishnu is the in between, maintaining the things, balancing between the creative forces and the destructive forces. So even within our body, if you look at your body, if you take a electron microscope and study what is happening inside the cells, intracellularly, we realize this. There's certain things that are dying, there's certain things that are being birthed. There's a creation, there is a destruction. There's a creation, there is a destruction. There's a creation of new cells in your body, constantly it's happening. There's a repairing of your body tissues is happening. It's a beautiful change. At the same time, there are old cells which are dying. And then in between, the Vishnu principle, the God Vishnu, who is the orchestrator, who is like maintaining whatever the creations already done by Brahma. So Srushti, Sthiti, Laya, these three things are conveying to us about all the time there is a change. Everything changes. When everything changes, how to deal with these kinds of change. In the ancient times, these kinds of changes are, used to take almost like 50 years or 100 years to take a big change to happen in our nature, in our climate, in our weather patterns. But now everything is the Kali Yuga, everything is like on a fast track. Everything is speed and quick, it's like accelerated. The time acceleration is happening right now. For example, we see the change almost every next day. There is a change. There's a change. The weather patterns are changing, and there's life forms around us are changing. We find that our medical system is changing. There's the health hazards, health illnesses, many illnesses which were not there are appearing now. It's really very strange to see this. Really weird. There is a time acceleration right now. So, dear friends, now these changes, how to deal with this change. I want to share with all of you. We need to mute. Yes.
I think
Harika can mute. She can mute.
She can mute.
Yeah. Okay. So, dear friends, the 3 points that I want to share today with all of you. Number one is the first principle that spiritual science offers to us is life is a flux. Life is a movement. You cannot find life which is stagnant. With stagnancy, with static nature, life is not at all there. Life is always flowing. The life force always flows. It's a continuum. So change is the only constant principle in the universe. We know that. If you always think that, oh, now I don't like changes, and because I'm going to miss certain things, then we really stagnate. Change is, is the principle in the universe. It's a sacred spiritual principle. That's why Buddha insisted upon all the monks to meditate, to discover this basic fundamental truth that about Anitya. Gautama Siddhartha, when he started practicing this Anapanasati meditation, observing the breathing, natural breathing, normal breathing, then slowly the breath is making the mind empty and silent, because when we are mindful of our breathing, the mind is becoming still and silent. And then huge cosmic energy is entering into our system. And there we go through several experiences. The first experience is through our body, our physical body. This body, Buddha called it as kayanupasana, means all the sensations that appears in your body, pleasant and unpleasant sensations. He called it as, just neutral observation. He called this as anupasana, kaya anupasana, means you just very minutely look at what is happening in your body, because there's sensations. Don't cling to pleasant or unpleasant sensation. Don't react to unpleasant sensation. Don't cling and crave for pleasant sensations. These too shall pass away. That must be the attitude of a meditator. That's what Buddha told in this practice. Anapanasati, kayanupasana happens very naturally. We go into that state where we observe these sensations. And then Vedananupasana. Vedanupasana is feeling perceptions. Feelings arise and they also disappear. Many feelings from our deeper consciousness, they come up. Feelings like happiness, pleasant feelings, joyful feelings, and also certain unpleasant feelings. It also comes and it dissolves. Here also neutral state is important. Buddha insisted on this. Veda anupasana means feelings also, they come and go. These too shall pass away. And the third stage, Buddha coined a term called chitta anupasana. Chitta means your subconscious, repository of all the memories, all that stuff of the many lifetimes, records, everything. So in the deep meditation state, chitta anupasana, all these thoughts, beliefs, and impressions, memories, everything comes up. And we should be just as a neutral observer, not to cling to the memory, pleasant memory or unpleasant memory. These too shall pass away must be the attitude of a meditator. So what happens is, after Chitta Anupasana, Buddha mentioned about Dhamma Anupasana. We realize that everything that is rising is also falling. Dhamma Anupasana state, a meditator realizes the principle called Anitya, law of impermanence. Everything is impermanent. Everything changes. Nothing is permanent. Only thing that is constant, permanent is change. Everything changes. Everything changes. But you can be that awareness, observer, who is observing every change, neither clinging to the change, nor rejecting or pushing the change away. You are at the awareness watching everything. Buddha called it as Dhamma Anupasana state. And then Buddha said, after you realize Anitya, everything changes. And then we move to the last final state called Vipassana. Vipassana means clear seeing, great seeing, means clearly seeing the truth. Truth as truth, false as false. Whatever is changing, it is called untruth, unreal. Whatever is not changing within you, your awareness will never change. Your awareness is all the time is there in the background. Only thing is we realize, we recognize our awareness, which is like a flame, which is there inside us. Even before we are born, it was there. After we die, still our awareness remains. We may leave this physical body, but awareness will be there. It continues to be there, even after death. So, dear friends, the change is the first important sacred principle in spirituality. Whoever finds the foundation, this fundamental principle as their foundation, that anitya is the principle. I completely agree to every change that happens. Then we really have a strong foundation. We are not going to be shaken up. For example, there may be some kind of ill health that can come. Some kind of financial troubles may come. Or some kind of calamity may come. Catastrophe may come. Collapse. Certain things are collapsing right now. It may be happening. But still, we know that this too shall pass away. This too shall pass away. This also is going through the change. Everything changes. The morning is changing and becoming night. Summer now becomes the rainy season and the winter season. Seasons are changing. What is not changing? Everything is changing. Scientists are now understanding that even Himalayas are changing. They're able to study the rock form rocks. The molecular structure is changing. Who knows? Maybe after many years later, Himalayas may just disappear. We don't know. Everything is changing, friends. And the many things already changed from Satya Yuga to Treta Yuga to Dwapar Yuga. The many things change. And now, when we are entered into this Kali Yuga, also then many things changed. There was never before this kind of technology that was available. Now in this Kali Yuga, we are using this technology. We're able to send satellites into the space. We have satellite communications. We're explorers. We're going to the depths of the ocean. We're able to go to the heights of the mountains. Many things we're able to do with the technology. But still, using this technology itself, we may destroy our own selves. We are not thinking about how much damage we are doing to our own planet Earth through the technology. For example, all the nuclear weapons that we're developing just to protect our own country. Many things that we are developing using our technology, atom bombs, anyways, even the technology like 4G, 5G, and 7G, it may go to many more levels, but we don't know the effects, after effects of it, how this technology can also maybe having certain kinds of effects, negative effects, side effects on us. Already scientists have validated about the increasing of cancers around the globe. The cancers are really happening almost like everywhere we hear that. There's no such medical cure. Medical science is now exhausted. There's so much research is going on. And the cause, somewhere we are also speculating on, maybe it's the ozone layer which got damaged. Through that, these kinds of rays, powerful rays from the cosmos coming, sun is coming and damaging our skin and it's bringing many molecular changes. There are many things we do not know. How our technology is also affecting us in a negative way. That's why without spirituality, without spiritual wisdom as a foundation, our science and technology can actually damage our own planet Earth. For example, whenever we are sending this rocket into the space, we are sending the rocket with such explosives. is going, and it's almost burning the ozone layer. We are making holes in the ozone layer. Now we need to think about it. Why don't we develop a different technology where the rockets can be launched from the ozone layer? Till that point, rocket is just traveling there. A scientist develops this method to launch the rockets from there into the space. They don't need to launch it from down. When we're doing it with such high speed, we are actually making holes in the ozone layer. Many calamities that we see is also, dear friends, it's we must also take responsibility for that. Collectively, humanity must take the responsibility, because many destructive ways we are using the technology. Now, the change that's right now we are observing, the COVID-19, we don't know what more viruses may come. Now we have to find the ways to deal with these kinds of changes. And second point that I want to share with all of you friends is, whenever we resist the change, there is a great suffering. Naturally, we resist change. Every one of us, each one of us, don't like change. We want the life to be the same. Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, it wants to be the same. But if we use our intellect, we understand that it's not possible at all. How can we ever dream about having this same thing again and again, same kind of things in the entire life? No, everything changes. Generally, we cling to the past because, oh, past is something very beautiful. Those moments are so glorious. Now the past is gone. I'm not able to now enjoy this moment. And we also feel fearful about the future times, worry about the future. What's going to happen now? COVID-19 affected us. Is it going to be safe going out now? And lockdown is slowly, they are lifting off. And is it safe to go into a public place? And we really feel very much terrorized. Many of us really carry that fear and panic inside us. And whenever we resist change, immediately there is a great suffering, friends. Every change must be welcomed in our life. Without change, there is no progress, there is no evolution. And we must know that life begins at the end of our comfort zone. Really, life begins when our comfort zone is ending. Mostly we want to be in a comfort zone. We must be a little courageous and trust so that we are ready to change. Long back, 1989, when I met my Guru, Brahma Shri Pitama Patriji, my life changed. He introduced me to meditation. He told me only one thing. He told me, you conquer your monkey mind, practice meditation. This mind is the troublemaker. If you can master this mind, you become the master of this whole universe. And suffering exists because this mind. And he told me to practice meditation. My life completely changed, dear friends. I can say that. Many situations, challenges came into my life, but always this awareness in me that was ignited in me through meditation practice. And always I'm able to embrace every change. Meditation prepared me for every change. I know that certainly one day the death will also come to us. It will come close to us. That is the greatest resistance every human being carries. If we are spiritual being, practitioner of meditation, even the death moments we will take without any kind of fear. This fear of change is fear of unknown. What will happen now after I vacate the body? What will happen after this now during COVID-19? Whether my business will pick up, whether really new virus is going to come, or it's very unpredictable, uncertain times. But we must move out of our comfort zone, and that's how we embrace the change, dear friends. And also there's a principle in the universe. Whenever one door is closing, another door opens. This is what I read in some book. Whenever there is something changes happening, there's something that is closing in your life. There's one relationship is closing and then a new door opens. A problem is coming, a challenge is coming in your life, something is closing. Know that this change is bringing something good for you, something better. You need to allow yourself to flow with the flow, flow with the change. It's so important. What happens is when we have this spiritual experience of our own consciousness, we will not have any iota of fear. We have courage, we have trust. These are the two important things. More than courage, we need to have trust. When I began to meditate, and what I have first acquired is trust, which was lost when I was a child. The trust was gone. Trusting life, trusting people, trusting that I'm safe in this physical universe. This was gone from me. But in meditation, I reclaimed my trust. I could trust again life. I felt safe. I felt safe with my awareness. Inside me, I found the place of safety. Inside me, I felt the place of unmoving, unchanging principle. Inside me, I found the place of peace. Dear friends, is the same thing for every meditator, every spiritual seeker. They can find something in them, inside them, where from there they can embrace every change. If you just contemplate on this topic, change, changing times, many things you might have gone through this particular lockdown period. Many things at a personal level and a collective level. Many fears might have come up, many business fears and relationship fears. I heard from news that many relationships also suffered. Particularly in China, the news came out that the couple, they never stayed together for such a long time. During the lockdown period, the couple staying together, they started fighting. All the conflicts started coming back. And there were so much suffering they went through. More than COVID-19, it is the relationship suffering. So during this time, just reflect on what you went through. Many things we might have gone through. But some of us accepted this change completely. It's okay. Let's utilize that for our own betterment, for our own upliftment. We started, looking within, reading spiritual books, doing this kind of beautiful meditation, online sessions, guided meditations. It really made us more stronger beings. We utilized this time. We could accept this change that's happening. And the third one I want to tell is, all these outer changes, anything that's changing around us, which is also affecting us, is actually making us look inwardly to change something within. When everything changes, change everything. There's a book written by Neil Donald Walsh, this master who received all the channel messages from his own higher self. When everything changes, change everything. really, I like this title of this book. When everything around us changing, we can't do anything now. What can we do now? We can do something inside us. Change everything inside you. This is what we can do, friends. And there are a few aspects in this changing inside something in us. Number one is we can change our choices of thoughts. For example, we can choose certain thoughts which are supporting our evolution. Many negative thoughts, we don't need to cling to those thoughts which are creating stress in us. By thinking certain thoughts you're going through stress, you have a choice. You can choose thoughts which are really uplifting you. You have a choice of your thoughts. And change your choice of your emotions. For example, right now, instead of fear, we have a choice to choose what emotional state you want to be in. Instead of fear, fear can be transformed. You can deal with the fear, embracing the fear. The fear is showing you the place of strength within you. It's making you more courageous, fearless. We can transform. And also the third thing that we can change is our viewpoint of perspective. Know that the way we look at things, if it is altered, we alter everything around us. If you think that COVID-19 situation is really dangerous, calamity, catastrophe that happened and it's going to be disastrous for everyone, that perspective is not supporting our evolution. We go through stress, we go through fearful states. Instead, we change the perspective. We look at this in a new set of eyes, new viewpoint, where we consider this is an opportunity for the whole humanity to strengthen their own immune system. Why don't we now develop our own inner strength, awaken our immune system inside, where we are looking into our own self right now through meditation. We are now awakening all the potential that we have, the energy that we have. And this body really is completely, it's like it can be changed. It can be, reshaped. We can completely make our body very healthy. Just we need to change the viewpoint of us, the perspective, the power that we have, power of perspective. And the fourth one is change your idea about change itself. We generally think that change is not good. Any changes, we think that it's dangerous, I don't like changes. But know that every change is for the greater good. Every change brings new things into life. That is the most beautiful, sacred, spiritual principle in the universe. We must welcome the change. And one day, this change becomes so huge inside you, it is called as not change, but it's called transformation. Whatever that happens, a big change, a big shift in you, it is called inner transformation. Gautama Siddhartha could become Buddha. And Ratnakara could become sage Valmiki, who is the author of the great scripture Ramayana. And there's a possibility for everyone, each one of us, to transform, to bring the change in our own selves. Dear friends, there's a story, a Sufi story that I heard, which really conveys a beautiful meaning about this change. This Sufi mystic by name Bayazid, He was very young person. When he was very young, he would like to change the whole world. He has such an energy. He thought, no, I would like to change the whole world. Everyone I want to change. The whole planet Earth I want to change. And he had energy. He is rebellious. He was revolutionary. He tried. But when he reached to middle age time, because every day in his prayers he used to say to Allah that, oh Allah, my Lord, please give me the strength to change the whole world. Give me the energy to change the world. But when he reached middle age, he felt that, oh, no, nothing is changed around me. It's the same thing. And he used to pray. He changed his prayer. He used to pray that, Allah, please give me energy, strength to change at least my family. I can't change the whole world. All the 8+ billion population, I can't change them. But at least I'll try to change my family members. Give me the strength and courage and energy. But now he became old now. He reached to almost his old age. Now his prayer is completely altered, changed. He felt it's not also possible to change his own family members. Not even his brother, not even his wife. No one. He is praying now, Allah, please give me the energy and strength to change myself. Now Allah appeared, God appeared and said, it's too late. Now we have reached the old age. Any moment you may leave the body, it's too late. So dear friends, there is a message in this story. So we need to change something inside us. Spirituality is about this fundamental change that we bring inside us. We need to become more and more aware of our own self. So dear friends, these tools will definitely help. The tools of awareness can help each one of us to deal with changing times. Whether you are going through a complete change in many aspects of your life, relationships, your health, your business, your career, your spirituality, many aspects of your life, there's a change. Right now, to deal with that, the first tool is acceptance. I can say that acceptance. Accept this change. Know that change is going to bring something greater good. We can have much more creative ways of, handling these challenges, problems that we're encountering right now. There are many other solutions that can come to us. We have to open our minds, open our divine intelligence that we have. We find new ways. This is the first tool. Accept the change. Accept that change is the unchanging principle. Change is constant. It's inevitable. It is so certain that change happens every single moment we change. And the second tool is meditation practice. If we are regularly, constantly practicing meditation, definitely there's an inner change that occurs in each one of us. It's a science, a spiritual science of meditation. It says that whoever is practicing, slowing down their mind, they slows down their body metabolism. When they're slowing their body metabolism, that means aging process is slowing down. Your cells are not dying. They're rejuvenated. That's why there's so much well-beingness comes in every meditator, because we know how to breathe. We don't need to breathe heavily. We don't need to breathe anxiously, fearfully. We have shallow breathing, but we learn when we are practicing meditation how to slow down. We need very less energy to maintain this body, but we utilize that energy for our own higher consciousness, development of our higher consciousness. There's a higher intelligence, higher faculties that we have. So, dear friends, this is the second tool that I want to share with all of you, because I've been a practitioner of meditation since last 30 years. Every day, I definitely practice meditation for 1 hour at least. When time permits me, I sit for longer hours. So, and the third thing that I want to share with you, another tool, is stopping technique. Stop in between the work suddenly. Pause yourself. And it's called sacred pause. Buddhists, they know, they practice it. Now and then, the whole 24 hours, they take a pause for 3 minutes. Just they slow down, they watch, they become mindful. What is going on inside my head? What kind of emotions, feelings are there? What am I thinking right now? What am I feeling in my body right now? They observe, they have self-awareness. This also is so important, dear friends. And if we are lacking in awareness, we are practicing only awareness while we are meditating, it's not useful in our daily life. Even in our daily life, our awareness, we can bring it there. We can become more aware of what we are doing, how we are speaking, what kind of words I am uttering, what kind of emotional energies that I am projecting onto people. All that we can become so mindful and aware, even mindfulness about the behaviors of us. And dear friends, there are many different other ways, definitely. There are many other tools as well during these changing times. I heard that during the World War, Japanese, when these atom bombs were dropped, Nagasaki and Hiroshima, that point of time, it's like the Japanese were devastated and nobody could sleep. Almost for years, there's a post-traumatic stress syndrome that has come. That disorder affected so many population in Japan that time. So many people suffered from that. That point of time, musicians composed a healing music called hado music, which really brought such soothing, healing emotions, and people could release the stress, let go of the stress. Right now, I request a friend or spiritual friend from Austria, Christine, can you please play some music, and can you sing song, and so that we all can meditate, Christine?
Yes, I'm happy.
Wonderful. So, Christine, what we're going to do is, while you are singing and playing the guitar, we'll all be meditating. We go into meditation. So it will be around, say 20 minutes. 20 minutes we're going to practice meditation.
Can I switch the songs, or do you prefer one song all the time?
Multiple songs you can, yes. Till 20 minutes. Yes, that would be great. So, dear friends, the method is so simple. We must be sitting comfortably, joining our two hands together, keeping them in our lap, and we close our eyes, sit comfortably. This is called Sukhasana. And closing your eyes, and you can observe breathing at the same time. Whatever the music that a friend, Christine, is going to sing and play with the guitar, will be taking the energy of the music. In the background, it will also affect, it will take us to a deep meditation state. We'll make our mind empty and silent. We go within. We use the meditation music now to go within. And in between, you'll be hearing certain instructions. Till then, we'll not open the eyes. After 20 minutes, I'm going to say, okay, that point in time, we'll open the eyes. And right now, Christine, you can begin.
Ti prego, vieni nel mio cuore, vieni nel mio cuore, vieni nel mio cuore, vieni nel mio cuore, Gesù. Gesù, portami pace, unità, amore. Gesù, portami pace, unità, amore. Gesù. Gesù, ti prego, vieni nel mio cuore, vieni nel mio cuore, vieni nel mio cuore, vieni nel mio cuore. Gesù, Gesù, tu sei la luce che può illuminare tutti i cuori. Tu sei la luce che può illuminare tutti i cuori. Gesù, mi arrendo a te. Gesù, mi arrendo a te. Gesù, amato Gesù, amato Gesù, amato Gesù.
Observe your breathing, dear friends, and everything changes, even breathing changes. As you go on observing, the breathing pattern changes. It slows down. The thoughts in your mind changes. Initially, there were many distracting thoughts. Now, all the thoughts, they slow down. And notice every change that's happening in you. Go within as a friend. Christine sings these songs. These are all songs of the soul.
Jagadishwari Namostute Jagadishwari Namostute Durga Divya Amma Divya Jagadishwari Namostute Jagadishwari Mata Jala Hrudayantaya Avila Komala Mata Jagadishwari Mata Jala Hrudayantaya Avila Komala Mata Jagadishwari Namostute Durga Divya Amma Divya Jagadishwari Namostute Jagadishwari Namostute Jagadishwari
Life is always in movement. In movement there is life. Dear friends, continue to observe what is happening in you when your mind is absolutely still and silent. As your breathing slows down, notice whatever changes that are happening and embrace all the changes within you. The change in your thoughts, change in your feelings, change in your body. Every change can be completely accepted, embraced. There's a change in your energy. And now continue for some more time as a friend. Plays this music for us.
Prachuraya. Om Bhurvasavaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachuraya. Om Bhuvasavaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachuraya. Om Bhuvasavaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachuraya.
Be still. Let these vibrations of this divine music elevate your consciousness. Embrace this deep stillness within. And notice that the stillness, the silence in you is not changing. Around that stillness, everything is changing. Go to the very center of this stillness and silence. It's like entering into the eye of the hurricane. Though there is everything that is in a flux, everything is movement, but in the center there is pillar of silence. Just be still. In the last 5 more minutes, dear friends, as we hear the music by a friend, we journey now in this stillness, journey through all our energy centers from the root chakra, from the base of the backbone, journeying upwards to the very heart of us. All the centers can open up, and finally reaching to the middle of the forehead, the third eye, the place of third eye. As your awareness guides you now, embrace this stillness and journey within.
Sukla Bharadara Vishnu Sashivarna Chaturbuja Prasanna Varana Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye Om Suklam Bharadara Vishnu Sashivarna Chaturbuja Prasanna Varana Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye Om Suklam Bharadara Vishnu Sashivarna Chaturbuja Prasanna Varana Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye Om Suklam Bharadara Vishnu Sashivarna Chaturbuja Prasanna Varana Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye Om Suklam Bharadara Vishnu Sashivarna Chaturbuja Prasanna Varana Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye Om Suklam Bharadara Vishnu Sashivarna Chaturbuja Prasanna Varana Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye Om Suklam Bharadara Vishnu Sashivarna Chaturbuja Prasanna Varana Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye Sukla Bharadara Vishnu Sashivarna Chaturbuja Prasanna Varana Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye
Stay in this stillness. Be with your inner experience. Allow these divine vibrations to assist you in this journey. Last 1 minute, dear friends. Whenever now you are ready, slowly rubbing your palms, and you can place them on your eyes, touching your eyelids for a few seconds, bringing back all that what you gained as insights, all the peace, all the joy, all that calmness and stillness back into waking state. You may slowly open your eyes, my dear friends. First of all, let us all thank Christine for offering this beautiful music today, which helped us to go into deep meditation, dear friends. Thank you, Christine. Thank you so much. Can you just say a few words, Christine?
Actually, always the silence after the singing is the most beautiful silence. It's like a kind of dense. It's full. It's a full silence. Everything is in there. So for me, it's always the singing always immediately helps me personally to calm down the mind. It immediately brings like the thoughts down and opens the heart. And it's such a beautiful tool to even get into the meditative state, and also to open ourselves to the love, to the joy, to our own divine energy, to our divine being. For me, it has been a blessing in my life, the music, and I think everybody can use it, to use their favorite music that opens their hearts, that like the divine music to whenever you don't feel well, whenever you feel you need to change your energy, you have not such good feeling, you are a little bit worried, or whatever it is, to really use the music, whatever you like best, to lift your spirit and even to start the meditation and yeah, change the vibration in general. That's such a blessing.
Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful, Christine. And we must ask a few of our friends who can share their experience during meditation with the music of you. And I request Karthikeyan sir, can you share your experience, sir?
Very beautiful divine mantra music and very elevating meditation.
That's wonderful.
And the take-home points are Anitya is the reality, acceptance is the mantra, and go on positively, more of meditation. Transform us, that's how transform the world. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And Balasubramaniam ji, please, can you share, sir, your insights, whatever you want to share with the group?
I agree with you that change is one thing that cannot be changed. One we have to learn is awareness. Awareness of everything happening has to be understood, and the only way with the present COVID, what is going to happen is that we have to accept that. without accepting. How to accept? The only way is spiritual path is the only way for our survival. With this, I thank you, Dr. Newton, for the wonderful journey you are able to make us to learn. Thank you.
Thank you, Subramaniam ji. Thank you. And I request Dr. Goody Makicha here. Can you share your experience, Dr. Goody? Or else, Dr. Sharmila, can you share? Dr. Sharmila? Rajsekhar?
She's not there.
Rajsekhar, yeah. Please go ahead, Rajsekhar. You can share.
No, actually, I was saying that Dr. Sharmila was there. Now she can't see her now.
Dr. Goody, kindly unmute. You can unmute Dr. Goody.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Dr. Goody, you can speak now. Okay. Maybe not. Okay, maybe someone else. Rupesh or she doesn't seem to be there. Dr. Goody. Yeah, Dr. Goody, are you online now? Can you share your experience? I can't hear you. Dr. Goody, we can't hear you.
Sushma Saraf, she wants to share.
Okay.
So you can.
I'll unmute her.
Yeah.
Sushma ji, go on.
Greetings, sir. So, thank you, Christian. So, thank you for the enlightening talk. And from afternoon, I was experiencing a severe headache. But after listening to the music, it's like it dissolves completely. I could feel the energy dissolving, and as if I entered into a trance. I couldn't feel when the meditation passed away. And it's like hearing the mantras was really beautiful. It's amazing, amazing journey. Thank you, Christine, for taking us into such a beautiful meditation. And thank you, sir, for an enlightening talk. Really very true. Change always leads to transformation.
I think the voice is not clear, Sushma ji. It's fine.
So, now is it clear?
It's better now. It's better.
Sir, I said it was thank you for the enlightening talk. It's really wonderful. And from afternoon, I was experiencing a headache. And after listening to this beautiful music, it's dissolved completely. And I could feel so relaxed and really rejuvenated now. And the mantras are really, especially, they are really heart-touching. Thank you. It's very wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sushma ji. Thank you. And Rupesh ji, you want to share? Rupesh from Kerala.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Rupesh and.
Yes. Thank you to invite me. It's a wonderful opportunity to attend all of the. Thank you. Thank you. And for music is amazing. There are a lot of points I write down because where the comfort begins. It's an amazing point because it's always inspiring to move on. At the point which you mentioned, where the comfort zone ends, where the life begins. That's really an amazing inspirational thing. And we need to change the idea of this age. That's another interesting thing. So it's an enlightening session.
So, but what happens outside, we need to change. So it's again to inspiring to do more meditation and to do more inner work. And the meditation which that music which something by Christina is amazing. Actually, connecting us to a world of light. So much different way of light actually in this meditation. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Rupesh. And Rajsekhar, do you want to share?
Yes, it was very wonderful session. Like started off with Karthikeyanji sharing his experiences, and I learned a lot about Dean Ornish. Like he's always been one of our favorite, New Age masters in that sense. His contribution, and that to being a medical doctor who has done this so much of work, and we keep referring to him especially in the healing workshops and other things. Him and Bruce Lipton mostly. And so it's very wonderful that I could meet someone who personally interacted with him and met him. So that was really nice. And about all the other journeys that he had, his interaction with Satyanarayana Goenkaji, the Vipassana founder, and all amazing experiences. Then your sharing was great about the changing times. Really loved that. And of course, last but not the least, it's like the amazing music by Christine. I really agree with her when she says that music has that power to lift the vibration. Like anything is like not good or it's feeling very low, just the music itself can lift, and it can also open the heart. It's such an amazing thing that can open the heart. Like I was also having like kind of a very stressful day since morning, and I was feeling very tired, but the moment you started with the music, it was completely such a refreshing and uplifting experience. Thank you so much.
It's wonderful, Rajsekhar. One more sharing, and can we have Madhu Gajala can share her experience? We unmute to Madhu Gajala. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Madhuji.
Hello, good to see you, sir. Good to see you, sir. Wow, wonderful session. I completely enjoyed, sir. And I enjoyed Karthikeyan Uncle's journey. I met Karthikeyan Uncle in 2012 in Egypt. And actually, it's lovely listening to you. And Christine's music is amazing, sir. It's very heart-touching. And she's very close to us in Austria. I'm going to surely meet Christine one time. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful session.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Manasa, Dr. Manasa, are you there? Can you please share your experience, Manasa Reddy?
Yes.
Yes.
As you said, that change should be like a flow. So when I went into the meditation, the music, when it just started, and the voice of Christine, everything I could see in meditation was flowing. All the it was like water flowing, or just air flowing, or many of the symbols, and they just everything was just flowing, and it was really exhilarating. It was wonderful. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful, Dr. Manasa. That's wonderful. So, if someone wants to access the music, Christine Maxstrasser, they have a website and a Facebook page, and you can always contact her. Can you share about how everyone can contact you, Christine?
Yes. First of all, thank you so much. It's such a beautiful common experience, all of us together. It's so amazing, really. the energy travels everywhere. It's everywhere. So yeah, you can. I have a homepage. It's just Christine Strasser, like my name that you see written here, .at. And there you find my contact information and the music, and you can anytime write me an email. Yeah, in email or contact me in any form is beautiful. I'm happy also to also on YouTube, if you put in Christine Strasser, usually you find some different songs, but easiest I think is downloading to have in a good quality. So please just go to the homepage, and then you can also contact me on email. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Thanks for joining for us and all our Indian friends. We really thoroughly enjoyed the experience, and there are few questions that few people might have got, and if anyone has some questions, it's okay to ask. But it's okay not to have questions also. There are a lot of comments about appreciations for music and meditation and all that, whatever that we shared today. Particularly Karthikeyan ji is sharing, very profound. His experiences is always there. Whenever we invite, he always comes in spite of his busy schedule, and he always supports any kind of spiritual work. And thank you, Karthikeyan ji, for joining us, and it's a great honor to all of us. And dear friends, thanks everyone, each one of you, for joining today. We'll be having every day 5 to 7 these sharing sessions.
Dr. Newton,
sir,
you have the time?
Yes, please share, sir.
No, I only want to read a letter from coronavirus. Okay. It's addressed to humanity, but it came to me. Can I read it?
Yes, sir. Please. It will be inspiring for everyone.
Okay. Coronavirus letter to humanity addressed to me. Okay?
Yes.
The earth whispered, but you did not hear. Virus telling us. The earth whispered, but you did not hear. The earth spoke, but you did not listen. The earth screamed, but you turned her off. And so I was born. I was not born to punish you. I was born to awaken you. The earth cried out for help. Massive flooding, but you did not listen. Burning fires, but you did not listen. Strong hurricanes, but you did not listen. Terrifying tornadoes, but you did not listen. You still don't listen to the earth when ocean animals are dying due to pollutants in the waters. Glaciers melting at an alarming rate, severe drought. You did not listen to how much negativity the earth is receiving every day. Non-stop wars, non-stop greed. You just kept going on with your life. No matter how much hate there was, no matter how many killings daily, it was more important to get that latest iPhone than worry about what the earth was trying to tell you. But now I am here. Coronavirus says I am here. And I have made the world stop on its tracks. Is it not true? I have made you finally listen. I have made you take refuge. I have made you stop thinking about materialistic things. Now you are like the earth. You are only worried about your survival. How does that feel? I give you fever. as the fires burn on earth. I give you respiratory issues as pollution fill the earth air. I give you weakness as the earth weakens every day. I took away your comforts, your outings, the things you would use to forget about the planet and its pain. And now I made the world stop. Continues. And now China has better air quality. Skies are clear. This is wrote some time back. Again, China is getting back to us actually. It was about a month back. So blue, skies are clear blue because factories are not spewing pollution onto the earth's air. The water in Venice is clean and dolphins are being seen again because the gondola boats that pollute the water are not being used now. You are having to take time to reflect on what is important in your life now. When all this is over and I am gone, maybe after a few months, please remember these moments. Listen to the earth. Listen to your soul. Stop polluting the earth. Stop fighting among each other. Stop caring about materialistic things too much. And start loving your neighbors. Start caring about the earth and all its creatures. Start believing in a creator. Because next time I may come back even stronger. Yours sincerely, Condolences. Message for all of us.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. Thanks for sharing. It's very, very touching. And
it says, I want to leave. Now the one final warning is, listen to the earth. It's crying. Listen to your soul. It is sad, depressed. Stop polluting the earth. Stop fighting among each other all the time. Producing weapons of mass destruction in competition when your people are starving,
Right.
Millions are starving, but you spend all your money in creating weapons of mass destruction. Stop caring about materialistic things too much. Start loving your neighbors. Even today, we don't know who our neighbors are. Because we can't go out also. Start caring about the earth and all its creatures. Other forms of life also have the right to live. Don't keep on killing and eating them. Start believing in a creator. Now, of course, everybody is thinking of a creator. Many of them, for the first time, they accept there is something. Because he said, next time when I may come back, but even stronger if you don't listen to me now.
Yes, sir.
So let us listen to the warning given by the elders.
Yes.
So let us become better human beings.
Better human beings. And
more compassionate, more kind, more meditation.
More meditation. Awakening also is a very clear message about awakening.
Yeah.
Awakening to our true selves. So we are compassionate. We are in service of life. We really look at everyone with compassion. We have this maitri. We have this friendship with everyone, with our neighbors. It's wonderful, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for a beautiful session. Thank you, Christian. Yes. Thank you, Rajshekar. Thank you, SVB, for coming. All of you. Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Everyone,
Thank
beautiful.
You. Thank you.
Can Christine, can Shiva Sambho, can you?
Okay.
More,
lovely.
Yes. And everyone can sing together.
Yes.
You request Shiva Sambho?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, it's good. It's a very simple and we can all sing.
Yes.
Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Shiva, 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 Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Mahadeva Shambho. Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva Shiva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho,